Your soldiers die at that door. Tell me why. Maybe because the door isn't afraid of me.
For 1,000 years, no one had opened the vault of First Light. It stood at the center of the Shaolin homeworld, a black obsidian archway older than the hive itself, humming with a frequency that made insects fall silent and children cry in their sleep. 17 Shaolin warriors had approached it across the centuries. 17 had died within 3 steps of the threshold, their minds unraveling like thread pulled from a torn coat. So when Queen Ithvara summoned the human peacekeeping contingent to her throne chamber, the entire hive watched in silence. Sergeant Maren Cole stood at attention before the Queen's dais, 34 years old, dark hair pulled tight in a braid, a faint scar tracing her left eyebrow from a war she rarely spoke of. She had spent 11 months on this world as part of Earth's fragile new alliance with the Shaolin, mostly translating, mostly waiting. She had not expected to be pulled from her bunk at midnight for this. "You wish me to open a door," Cole said. "I wish you to survive it," the Queen corrected. Her 4 thin arms folded across her chest, bioluminescent skin flickering pale blue with unease, a color Cole had learned meant fear. Every mind connected to the hive bond has failed. My warriors share one consciousness, Sergeant. When one of them touches that door, all of them feel it try to get in. Get in where? Their heads. All of them at once. The Queen's mandibles clicked, a sound like dry branches. It is why humans were invited to this world in the first place. Not for trade. Not for treaties. For this door. Cole said nothing, but her jaw tightened. 11 months of vague answers, and now this. "You are the only species we've encountered whose minds do not touch one another," the Queen continued. "No hive bond. No shared thought. Whatever waits behind that door cannot use one of you to reach the rest. And if it kills me instead?" The Queen's eyes, black, depthless, ancient, did not blink. "Then we will know it can kill anything. And we will seal the vault forever." Cole walked to the vault at dawn alone, her boots echoing against black stone that seemed to drink the morning light rather than reflect it. Behind her, at a respectful distance, the entire royal guard watched, their bioluminescence dimmed to near darkness, the Shaolin equivalent of held breath. The archway loomed, carved with symbols no living Shaolin could read. As she stepped closer, the humming sound sharpened, needle-thin, pressing against her skull like a headache trying to be born. 3 steps, she thought. That's as far as anyone gets. She took the first. The hum spiked. She took the second. Something vast and cold brushed against the edges of her mind. Not painful, not yet, just curious, like a hand reaching through fog to feel for a shape it recognized. She took the 3rd step. Nothing tore. Nothing screamed. The presence pressed once more, harder, searching, and found no thread to pull. No hive bond to hijack. No second mind waiting behind hers to infect. Just one closed, sovereign consciousness, alone in her own skull the way it had always been. The vault door opened without a sound. Behind her, she heard 800 Shaolin gasp in unison. Inside, the chamber was smaller than she expected, a single round room lit by a slow-pulsing crystal the size of a car, suspended above a shaft that plunged into darkness. The air tasted like static electricity. A voice rose from the crystal, not in words but in pressure behind her eyes, translating itself into meaning the way the Queen's language had, months ago, on her first day here. "You are unbound," it said. The first unbound mind in 900 cycles. "What are you?" Cole asked aloud, because speaking felt safer than thinking too loudly in this place. "I am what remains of the ones who built this world's core before the Shaolin existed. I stabilized the star this planet orbits. I was built to be tended by many minds working as one, but minds joined together can be turned together, corrupted together. I was attacked once, long ago, through a bonded mind and nearly failed. I sealed myself rather than let it happen again. Cole understood then, not a monster, a wound that had learned to fear. The star is dying faster than the Shaolin know, the presence continued. I require a hand to reset the stabilizer. A hand attached to a mind that cannot be used as a door into another. Why didn't you just tell them that? Because if I called for a single unbound mind and it never came, I would have to admit their star was already failing, with no way to save it. Hope was cheaper than despair. I waited 900 cycles for a mind like yours to simply walk through the door. Cole looked at the shaft, the pulsing crystal, the small mechanism embedded in the wall beside it, a simple lever, built for hands, not tentacles or claws. Built, she realized with a chill, for something shaped almost exactly like her. She reached out and turned it. The hum that had haunted this planet for 1,000 years dropped an octave, then faded into something that felt, for the first time, like silence at rest. When Cole walked back through the archway, the sky above the Shaolin capital had shifted, subtly, almost imperceptibly, to a warmer gold. The star had steadied. Only a scientist would notice the difference. Every Shaolin felt it, all 800,000 of them, in the marrow of their shared bond. Queen Ithvara met her at the threshold, her bioluminescence blazing bright blue. Not fear this time, but something closer to reverence. You saved our son, the queen said. I just turned a lever, Cole said. It was built for someone like me. That is precisely why only humans may enter, the queen said quietly. Not because you are stronger, not because you're chosen, because you are alone in your own mind, in a way none of us have ever been. And that loneliness, Sergeant, was the one thing our enemy could never turn into a weapon. Cole looked back at the vault, its black stone catching the new gold light. Then I guess, she said, being different finally paid off. Behind her, for the first time in 1,000 years, the vault of first light stood open, not sealed in fear, but resting, finally, at peace.